Hello and welcome to Geology here at Gavilan College. My name is Robert Lopez. I'm your instructor for this spring semester 2021 class, which is sort of a online hybrid class, if you want to call it that, where we have the lecture part where there's online lectures, and then we meet on Fridays in the online format, but we have a synchronous meeting for labs on Fridays. On the home page here, you'll see the textbook information. We're using a free open source textbook, and you'll want to go to this link here, which is a free textbook, and you want to download the book. And I recommend either downloading the PDF, the digital PDF, or the EPUB. And the EPUB works great on iBooks for you Mac users. If you have an EPUB reader in your PC, then you can use that. I don't have one on this PC, so I downloaded the digital PDF, and it works pretty well. I think I have it right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so here is the digital PDF, and you'll see that there is a table of contents here. So we'll go to chapter 3 here. You can click on that and go to that part there. There's even more details on the description. So there's clickable features on the PDF here. So anyhow, that's the textbook. It's free. There is a lab manual, and the key thing about the lab manual, it's also going to be free. I produced it. I have these. I have it in PDF format. So what I do for every week, for every lab, I post the lab sheets on Canvas. You download them, and you would need to at least print the answer sheets where you have to the pages you have to submit. So you will need a printer to work through those labs. I do add the MS Word files of these, so if you download them into either Google Doc or your Microsoft Word software, then you can type in the answers, right? And then you can submit pages that way. The other big part of this course, obviously, it's a syllabus tab here, so you click on the syllabus. There's a syllabus quiz. Make sure you read the syllabus. Important features, again, there's textbook, lecture text, lab manual here. And, I have the exam dates here, the grading policy, and I even have the schedule for the semester. And the whole course is published. I mean, pretty much everything is good to go. You'll note that we're starting with Chapter 2, only because Chapter 2 has a very important lab, minerals. You need to understand minerals before you can identify rocks. So we need to do that lab. That's because the second week is President's Day weekend, and there's a Friday holiday. So we don't meet that, February 12th, I think, that Friday of the second week. There's no lab. So that's why I moved the chapter 2 to the first week. And then you'll see we'll do chapter 1 the second week, and there's no lab that week. But everything else is pretty straightforward. You'll see spring break is in here as well. So you'll see that the course is presented in this modules tab here. And the modules are like folders, and think of these as weekly assignments. The first module is just kind of introduction, and the only thing I have in here that's important, or at least that's something you have to submit, is a quiz, a syllabus quiz. So we'll take a syllabus quiz here. I have this not published yet because this video is going to go in that folder there. And then there's some other little kind of helpful hints to get you going in this online class. But really the first week is this chapter 2. And you'll see that for every module or every week, I have a learning guide. And the learning guide is a checklist. What do I need to do this week? Go through this, and you can check off what you need to do. And then you'll see that for the lecture part, I have a lecture series. Every week or module will have an online lecture series. And you'll see that it's based in me with my document camera here, talking about geology. In this case, I'm doing minerals and the atoms and the different silicate structures here. So you'll want to watch these videos, take notes, because you'll see that the exams are like 95% based on these videos, on my lecture videos. And to help you for the exams, every lecture series, every week, every module will have study questions. And these study questions, you'll get the answers from my videos. You can look some of this up on Google and you'll get some answers, but they're not the ones I'm looking for, and you'll get them wrong because several of these will be short answer essay questions, right? And so if you're getting this from Google it's not going to be the answer that I want. So make sure you get, especially when I say the 3 basic concepts, you want to get those from my videos because everyone has their own different concepts. I want you to use what I present in this class, right? So make sure you're able to answer these questions, again, from my video lectures. All right, let's go back to the modules here. Now, when we're looking at other features, you'll see that there's going to be a reading quiz. So again, the reading quiz is based on the textbook, right? The PDF you're going to download from the free open source textbook. You'll see that embedded in each chapter of the textbook, of the lecture textbook, are little exercises. And I put some of those here on Canvas because I like them and they're a good way to kind of work through some of the problems. And then for each lab, remember we're meeting on Friday, but I do have, I think for most labs, maybe 1 or 2 don't have them, but I do have these pre-labs. You'll want to click on the pre-lab and you'll want to go through the pre-lab before Friday, before we meet on Friday. And you'll see, you'll read through here and make sure you take notes because each of these has a quiz. So you'll see that the next topic in this folder is going to be the quiz based on that pre-lab tutorial, right? So this isn't due till Sunday night, right? Every Sunday. But if you want, you can remember I allow 2 attempts on the quizzes. So if you do it once, take a look at see how you did, and then you can come back and do a second attempt later. But certainly you want to try to get through the pre-lab before our Friday meetings. We meet on Fridays from 9:40 to 12:55. And that's where we'll go through the lab. So let's click on the lab here. And like I mentioned, for the labs, you need to print the labs. What I do, or at least what I've tried to do for every lab, is I give you the whole lab here. And the whole lab, this is about 24 pages. So I don't really expect you to print all 24 pages. You could if you want to, but it's pretty extensive. But you do need to download these lab pages onto your computer because there are figures and there are data tables that you'll need to help you identify the minerals that I present in the videos later on. So let's take, here are the data tables. So you'll certainly need these and you'll need some other figures in here for printing. But what for answering the questions, that is. But what you do need to print are these answer sheets. And the answer sheets are the pages you need to submit to the assignment. So these are the blank spaces where you have to add your answers to. So this is what I want you to print, fill in, or if you have a Word or Google Docs and you download the Word file, you can just type in the answers here and submit this to the assignment, right? So these would be the answer sheets you want to submit. And that way you're not printing all 24 pages, you're only printing about 5 or 6 pages there. And then you'll see that for every lab, I have a series of videos that go with each activity within the lab. So for example, activity 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 here, and you'll see that they correspond to these activities here. So there's 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So I go through the processes, and then by watching the videos, you'll be able to answer these questions. Then when we meet on Friday, what I'll do, we'll go into breakout groups. I'll let you guys work through it. Then we'll come back and I'll guide you through these activities. One of the nice things of actually meeting for lab, even though it's kind of all virtual and online, is you could get lost in here, and it's because there's a lot of work. And by having me there to guide you and kind of saying, oh yeah, you're correct here, it's going to go quicker. And that way you'll be able to do the lab in the 3 hours. Because what I found last semester, people were spending 6 hours or more on these labs, and they really weren't getting very far. So having me there, I think, will be beneficial to do a better job on these labs and really get them done, right? That way you're just spending the 3 hours and you're avoiding all that headache of trying to get these done on your own. All right, so that's a little bit about the labs. And again, we're going to meet on Friday, February 5th, to go over the minerals lab here. And then obviously it's not due till the 7th, which is Sunday night. Now you can see there's chapter 1, we're doing the second week, right? And so obviously there's no lab this week because it's President's Day weekend, But I have igneous rocks here. Everything's set up for the entire semester, and you can see I even have the exams posted up here. But I have the whole course ready to go here. Let's see, and then for announcements, I haven't published any announcements yet. Well, I guess I had some here from last semester, but when I add an announcement, what I'll usually do is I'll title it, and I'll probably embed a little video in there, and I'll try to do it every week just to remind you what you need to do for that week. And so, for example, this is the first one I'm doing here, but I'm just making sort of the intro video. But eventually, I'll have short videos kind of going over the learning guides for each module here, right? All right, so I think I've covered the basics. Oh, the other part here is I did put the Zoom conference here. Hopefully, if you use a Zoom conference here, because remember, we're meeting for 3 hours in lab, and I think Zoom gives you 40 minutes free. But if you do the Zoom conference through your Gavelin email, then you have unlimited time. So you want to sign up for the Zoom conference through your Gavelin email, and that way you can we can meet for the 3 hours for lab, right? And so you'll see I do have the first one set up for February 5th. Then I have two for the 12th. I got to remove one of these. But anyways, the first week is set up there, and also the 12th, which would be actually, we're not meeting the 12th, so I got to remove those anyhow. But anyways, that's a little bit about the Zoom conference. So hopefully you'll be able to get onto that, and we'll do labs and meeting times through Zoom. All right, and that's kind of about it, right? That's it. All right, well, email me with any questions. Probably the best way to get a hold of me is through the inbox, because with the inbox, it's an internal email system through Canvas, and I'm always on Canvas grading or doing different things. And I have Canvas linked to my phone, so whenever I get an email, I get a message saying, oh, someone just sent me a message, and I can reply to it later that day. All right, so hopefully that answers all your questions, and I'll see you on Friday.